To the NFL with Schrager and Bart Scott here today. So, Peter, Nick Sirianni gets a contract extension yesterday in Philly, well-deserved. If I said he will lead the Eagles to back-to-back Super Bowl championships, do you believe it or not?
I do not believe it. It's May, so a lot of things can change, but it is so hard to go back to the Super Bowl, especially as a Super Bowl champion, to return all the players they lost, an offensive coordinator they loved that they lost, and everyone has them in their sights. They're no longer the hunters. They're now the hunted. I'm going to say not, and I would go with the field in the NFC.
Bart Scott, are the Eagles the team to beat in Philadelphia? Right this minute, we talked about the losses, talked about the improvements in their division, Washington. Are the Eagles the team to beat?
It's tough to say because if I had to pick anybody to do it, I would say Howie Roseman, how he's always able to reload and he's always ahead of the curve. You look at Darius Slay that he let go, that's a popular veteran, but he's already had his replacement in his draft last year. You talk about Jahad Campbell being able to fill in for Nakobe Dean. He always does it, but I have to take the field, Greeny, because it's just so hard to get back. They've played a lot of football in the most recent years, and they've been fortunate to stay healthy. Things just don't work out that way in football, most physical sport. I have to go with the field. Washington is much improved. I'll take the field.
Commanders have closed the gap, right?
I believe so, and I know it's on paper. And the last time we saw the Eagles and Commanders, the Eagles had 7 rushing touchdowns on that defense in the NFC Championship game. But when you add Laramie Tunsil and you add Deebo Samuel, and now you've got Jayden Daniels in his second season, where maybe the first month of the year he's walking in as that dude, I have to think Washington thinks they're right there with Philly, and they've closed the gap, at the very least on paper, in May.
All right, let's stay in the division here. Bart, if I said Russell Wilson is going to put the Giants in the playoff race. Well, he and I are close. I call him Russ. If I said he's going to put the Giants into the playoff race this year, you believe it or not?
No, I think the likelihood that Russell Wilson will probably be benched for Dart by week 8. I mean, I couldn't find a home win for the Giants this season.
Or last season.
That. And, which puts them in a precarious position because I think, they're going to be in position to take the next quarterback next year, and maybe Dayball could be, on the cutting block.
See, here's the thing. I got Giant fans. I hear from Giant fans, I feel like the Giants got better. Like, I feel like they have made improvement. Their schedule is brutal, but I feel like they've gotten better.
Look, are they playoff contenders? Probably not. Are they sneaky, possible dark horse, maybe, if everything goes their way, chance to maybe play relevant football November, December? Yes. They've maybe the best front 7 in all of football. If you look at that front, Bart's looking at me with crazy eyes, but let me explain. You've got Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and then they have this defensive back that can absolutely work. This defensive backfield they totally rebuilt. Like,
how are they going to score points?
Well, that's the question.
You got to score points that win football games. You can't bust it up. This ain't the 2000 Ravens defense that's going to hold everybody down without
Tyrone Tracy last year ran for more yards as a rookie than any other player in the league besides Bucky Irving. You have a new offensive line. And Malik Neighbors broke just about every rookie receiving record you could ever imagine.
Well, everyone going to throw the ball to.
But who's going to throw it to him is what you're asking, and the answer is Jackson Dart. Whether that works out that way or not, we'll wait and see.
Can I just quickly say something? I have a lot of Giants friends as well.
Right.
They were literally making their apple-picking plans before Halloween on Sundays. They had no interest in going to these games. I don't think this is this team.
I agree.
Apple-picking season can be pushed aside.
Let me stay in the division. Let me get to the last one because I really want to get this in here because we got one more here. Peter, if I were to say George Pickens fixes a lot of the Cowboys' issues on offense, do you believe that or not?
Abso-freaking-lutely. I think we have completely gotten distracted by the fact that he is a 24-year-old wide receiver entering a contract year, knowing what is at stake. If he just shows up and is on his best behavior, can make boatloads of money and do so in an offense that has a giant void at wide receiver. I think, with the exception of Teteroa McMillan, who went 8th overall to Carolina, this was the best option for the Dallas Cowboys. They have a true deep threat at wide receiver and a guy who can work off CeeDee Lamb. I love this move if all things work out off the field.
You mentioned CeeDee Lamb. He believes teams are going to have to pick their poison when it comes to defending both of them. Listen to what he said.
Oh, no, we both ones.
Yeah.
It ain't no A, B, none of that. It's one. You look over there, you see one. You look over here, you see another one. So do what you got to do with that.
You know, I don't feel like this got a lot of attention, right?
Yeah.
The Pickens deal, it's a third-round pick. We understand there are a lot of question marks there, but as a roll of the dice, It feels like a pretty interesting one in Dallas. What do you think?
I mean, I think you're going to have a motivated Pickens. I think he's going to see favorable coverages. He's a one-on-one nightmare. He's a guy you can throw the ball up to. He's going to win the 50-50 balls. Listen, and for everybody that says, hey, how can Sharpe handle these type of receivers? He's done that. I witnessed it in Baltimore. I mean, not in Baltimore, with the Jets. When you look at Braylon Edwards was somebody that LeBron got through out of Cleveland. You know what I mean? You talk about Santonio Holmes. So he's dealt with personalities. I think he's going to go back to the old Marty ball, ground and pound, and take shots when the box tells you so.
Look, the bottom line of it is this. For George Pickens, and you just said it pretty well, if he's going to have a big-time NFL career, this is his chance to do it. If he lays an egg this season in Dallas with all the attention they get, and that's going to be pretty much the end, I think, for him.
He balled out with Mason Rudolph.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's like going to football heaven.
They could. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is saying we have 2 ones.
Yes.
He may be right. That's the point. In terms of talent, he's right.
He's 24.
Right.
People are acting like he's like 33 years old and has been on 7 teams and is a complete malcontent. Well, he was late for practices. He apparently was late for a game at one point in the Christmas game against, and that stuff is inexcusable. That said, new environment and the carrot of a financial opportunity to make life-changing money if you just have one good season, it's all there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think this team is this is the team that's the sneaky playoff guy, not your Giants, right? When you look at
There's never anything sneaky about the Cowboys, though, is the thing. But it won't be sneaky. We'll see it coming if it happens.
But you talk about the discipline that they had to fortify that offensive line. And once you fortify the offensive line, it's going to allow Dak to be able to push the ball down the field, but they have to have some type of threat of a run game. And I think it's still a lot of sneaky guys out there. I can see a guy like J.K. Dobbins, baby, coming in and being able to get him some explosive productivity as well.
NFC East going to be an interesting season. We'll get back to the NBA as we continue in a moment. Has the sun truly set on Kevin Durant in Phoenix? You are not going to believe it when I tell you the team that is in hot pursuit of the future Hall of Famer. We'll get to that. Plus, all the history, the roiling rivalry renewed. We will trace the past of Knicks Pacers and tell you what's going to happen in their immediate future. Next.
Nhìn từ ngoài. Đâu chị anh ơi.
Chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng với tiêu đề là mít thái. Nó măng đâu rồi? Nó măng đâu rồi? Nó măng ơi.
Xin chào bạn nha. Chúng ta làm gì tại đây ạ?
Làm trên này cái này là người cày nhau làm trên đây các bạn cày.
Em nhớ điện thoại nào em cũng tải vào phía sau. Con này có 78 video rồi.